Hello and welcome to another daily market reading. We're on Bitcoin and I'm quite excited because it's been doing the stuff I've been thinking it would be doing. We've been getting a little move up and I'm now going to show you how we could potentially be seeing the end of this move up fairly soon. So without wasting any more time, let me just show you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on our indicators. Okay, why? Because it makes my trading and my market readings a lot easier. You have access to these indicators completely for free, okay, at least at the time of me making this video. And firstly, I've just turned on the smart oscillator, okay, which is a really nice relative strength index with some money flow in it. Before I turn on anything else, I want you to have a quick look at this. I want you to have a look at support, 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 brief support. And I just want you to keep in mind this level. Okay, this level, which is roughly 65,500, that's going to be a key level. Okay, so you can see there, it was quite a big support. Now, what happens to a support once it's broken? A support once it's broken turns into a resistance. Right, gonna turn on now our smart trend. Why? Because it's just gonna make things a lot easier. It's going to tell me what trend we are in, and it's basically what was telling me that we could be getting a push up. Okay, the smart trend on the 15-minute time frame turned green, which meant we could be looking for long positions. As you can see, this is not a trend that changes every 2 minutes. This is the 4-hourly time frame, for example. But if we go over to the 15-minute time frame, just to give you a quick example, we were purple this whole entire time. Purple means you need to prioritize short positions. It doesn't matter if the market was going sideways. We had a bit of a move up, we were still purple. Okay, just recently we switched to green, which meant we could be looking for long positions safely. Right, okay, so just to dazzle you a little bit, I'm gonna go back to the 2-hourly time frame and we're gonna look at something once this loads, which is we have got a daily gap, 4-hour gap, and a 2-hour gap and a 1-hour gap, all in the exact same area. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna draw a box around it. 65,500. Okay, this whole area is really interesting. I want you to look at this box. Okay, gonna go on the 4-hourly time frame. We have got this gray line. What is this gray line? Gray line is an exponential moving average, okay, of 50 time frames. It's inside this box. What else do we have? Let me zoom in. A strong daily fair value gap. This red rectangle, which is a 4-hour fair value gap. Okay. What else do we have? We have got the oscillator basically overbought. We are technically now on the 4-hourly time frame overbought. Okay. Now, is that it? It was a previous support. Okay, it was this previous support I was talking to you about. Remember? Yes, good job. Next, fixed range volume profile. This is exactly where the value area low is. Okay, this is a really high probability trade. Now, this is not just this looks like a good trade position. This is the value area low. So what does this mean in case you do not know? So if the price now breaks this, and we go inside these two lines, this top one and this bottom one, that means that the market makers, that Bitcoin in general, wants to be inside this area. So Bitcoin wants to trade within this range. Now, I'm keeping in mind we are in a bear market. I'm expecting Bitcoin at around 50K. That's where I think we should be heading. So if that's what I think is going to be happening, what I don't really want to see the price doing is going back inside here, because then that would mean that we're not going to get the big move, a bigger move down, which is what I think is going to be happening. Okay, I think we could be going around this area and then maybe play around here for a little bit. And then as soon as we get that bad inflation data, which we are going to get this week on Wednesday and Thursday, if I'm not wrong, we're going to get a push down to 50K. That's my reading. That's what I think. Am I a prophet? No. Am I a wizard? No. Can I read future? No, I can't, okay? But if we break 65,500 and we go inside this value area, this means that we could be trading and we could be looking for a deeper retracement, okay? Potentially to this daily gap, potentially to this yellow line, which is a point of control, okay? But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm going to make a video tomorrow to explain this to you in detail if and when it does happen. But for now, market reading stays the exact same as yesterday. Things are playing out how I said they were going to play out. And yeah, that's it. So that's that for Bitcoin. 65,500 is where I want Bitcoin to go. Ethereum, really similar thing. We've been getting a bit of a move up. We are currently on the 0.5 level of this Fibonacci retracement, if I am not wrong. Well, not currently, just yet. We're about to be, sorry. Very similar story. We're about to be overbought. If Bitcoin gets a little push up, which is what I'm saying, get a little bit more of a push up, Ethereum could get a little bit more of a push up. We've got again this gray line, exponential moving average, moving along very nicely around this area, which is also going to be a good place for us to look for a trade for a short. Okay, at least that's what I'm going to be doing with my money. Please remember, this is not financial advice. So anything else? Yes, this level is also this pivot point, okay? The low that we did on the 6th of February on Ethereum, this pivot point, if I extend it, I'm going to trace a little rectangle box around it, and I'm going to extend it towards the right. There we can see how we had a bit of reaction, had served as a bit of a support, and then we got a move up, and then we broke it. We could now just be doing a retest to an old support. Now, as you know, once we break a support, it turns into a resistance. So what do I think is going to happen as soon as we make it here? Yes, good job. We're going to be going down. That's my reading. Okay, that's what I think. What is pushing me to think this? I think I've said this already, and I've even said it on yesterday's video, is that we've got inflation data. We've got CPI and PPI this week, and next week we have got the interest rate talks. Okay, they cannot be good. Those reports cannot come out good because we've got a war going on, and we've got oil currently trading at $94. Okay, Brent oil, $94. That's really expensive. That's not good for inflation. Everything costs more. Okay, I highly doubt we are going to get good news. So what does the market do when we get bad market news? It usually crashes down. We usually get a bit of volatility. Okay, that's what's making me think this. Now, just to add even more fuel to the fire, let's look at USDT. In case you are new, in case you don't know what USDT does, when USDT goes up, Bitcoin and crypto goes down. Okay, very similar thing. Look at this. We, on the 4-hourly time frame, we're oversold already. We are on this gray line, which is the exponential moving average, okay, your 50 time frames, and we have got a strong fair value gap sitting just below. So what does this mean? We could get a crazy little wick down to hit this daily gap, and then potentially get a bigger move up. Now, another thing worth noting, USDT on the 4-hourly time frame is green. Green means uptrend. Like I just said, if USDT is going up, Bitcoin and Ethereum are going down, and every single crypto is going down, okay? Because people would rather have their money in USDT rather than crypto, okay? So if we are in an uptrend, okay, what do you do in an uptrend? Higher highs and higher lows. What does this mean? We could now make a higher low, higher than this one, and then make a higher high, which would mean quite an aggressive move down, okay? Does this mean that we are going to do a perfect V shape? No, okay? We could very easily start going a little bit slow, a bit sideways, a little bit up, but eventually, this is what I'm waiting for, because we're in an uptrend. The smart trend is green, which is telling me USDT is in an uptrend. So therefore I cannot be bullish on Bitcoin. On the 15-minute time frame, I can, yes, but on the 1 hourly, on the 4 hourly, on the 8 hourly, I cannot be bullish. Okay, so that's my reading. I thank you very much for watching this video. Bit of a short one, but things are just playing out as I was expecting them to. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got any questions, any doubts, any issues, and I'll do my best to try and resolve them. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.